All right, live stream time. I don't have too many predictions other than I'm pretty sure that we have to get another Archon, and it's like, what, Venti, Zhongli, and then maybe Farina left. I don't think they're rerunning Farina, so it's either Venti or Zhongli. I'm hoping that this is a Dragon Spine patch because I originally thought the timing of this patch would end up being around Lantern Rite, and that's like, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a 5.2 Lantern Rite. It'll be fine. It's too early for Lantern Rite. The new year for lunar calendars is going to be January 29th this year, so I don't think that can line up. The only other thing I can think of is we're just getting Albedo. Please, I need Albedo lore, bro. Like, oh, that's all I'm asking. Right, where is Albedo? Last time we saw him was at the Kitty event, and he showed up. It's just like, hey, actually, that's our cat. And then he left, and there was no lore, and I was really mad. And then I think prior to that, it was literally just the last like lore one. I think it was 2.2 or 2.4, something like that. The Dragon Spine event where we find about the duplicate. And considering that we're having something to do with Durin allegedly from the Summer Odyssey type event, and if that's a main indicator of what happens in this patch or like a series of stories within the next section, where is Durin? I'm a little concerned now. Albedo was in the summer event. He's like shown up. That's the thing. He's shown up, but he hasn't like been important to the story, you know? But I think that's all we have seen of him. So I'm banking on this being a Dragon Spine event. If it's not a Dragon Spine event, I don't know, maybe hopefully we get something new, you know? John Hoyoverse and Bob Impact, that's who we're getting. That's I do miss the voice actors a lot, but like I do like how short they like and concise they make the writing, at least for whenever those two show up. I know it's all because of the strike as well, and like we should be supporting the actors who are going on strike, but like I hope whenever they resolve the contract, they make the writing very similar to the current special programs, because I think personally for me, this is much easier to like consume.
We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan.
I'm pretty sure this is Chasca's voice actor, right?
So Ororon's still managing to sow discord.
Oh, this is the new region. Oh.
These years.
If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue,
okay.
Sometimes you need a third-party facilitator.
Wait, hold on. Wait, why does she have a Glock? Wait, hold on.
I bet the easiest person to find is...
Wait a minute. Wait, the little bat thing was so cute.
His spirit has gotten lost and can't find its way back to his body.
Why is the music also so loud?
Granny won't let me.
Wait, shut up. The bat is so cute. I love it.
500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
Oh, Capitano's back.
I worry
Oh,
that
what is that?
the mistakes of the Cinder City.
Cinder City?
As long as the soul is involved,
What is that? Oh my god, what is that?
Be free.
Why is it a Magu Kenki?
Take me up.
I'm still very confused as to why Chasca's got a Glock.
Time to say hello.
I've not been paying attention to Ororon's burst or anything. I'm not gonna lie, what does he do?
Either your end or mine.
Before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever.
Capitano's voice feels so out of place in this. I'm not gonna lie, Capitano's voice feels so out of place. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what's going on. Also, that transition was so fast, bro. I don't know if we get more Archon quests. Are we getting like 6 chapters? This has to be a break before Act 5. How's it out of place? I feel like because everyone else's voice is more like they're in a higher pitch range than Capitano. His is like super deep baritone with like with vocal fry. It just threw me off for a hot minute. Guess maybe a major world quest. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think it's some world quest thing that we're gonna get. Kind of like a continuance quest, but like midway through the story. Hold on, let's rewatch the trailer because I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all
Okay, so
of
we're
Natlan.
definitely getting a new region. Or at least unlock area.
So Ororon's still managing to sow discord.
I really like the purple bird, like the red bird and the blue bat. Wait, but that means only 2 areas are unlocked.
Third-party facilitator. easiest person to find is.
Okay, so that's like Ororon's area
His spirit
thing.
has gotten lost and can't find its way back to his body.
I just want to rescue someone. And Granny
Maybe
won't
we're
let
getting
me.
story quests for all of it? Well, I guess it's gonna be part of their tribal quests and stuff like that.
500 years later.
Another
it's
one of
resurfaced
those
again.
murals as well.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes at the Cinder City.
Maybe they need like establishing
As long as the
lore.
soul is involved, I should be able to help.
Be free!
What does Homie's burst do? I mean, they'll probably say it in the actual live stream.
Time to say hello!
Why does his burst reminds me a lot of Albedo's, and that makes me so worried.
It's either your end or mine!
Before the final moment truly arrives.
Okay, some kind of bat creature as well. That gateway looks so Enka. That gateway looks so Enka, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this so far. I feel like I just need to keep watching in order to like figure out what the hell's happening.
Hey travelers, welcome to the Genshin Impact
yes,
version
Bob
5.2
Impact and
special
Genshin
program.
John
I'm Gabe
Hoyoverse.
from the Loke team.
And I'm Kai. We meet again. Whoa, a cuckoo soar. Want to join us?
So
Hey,
cute.
don't be shy. Come out and say hello.
I'm not sure what that meant, but it was adorable.
I
She
love
approves
that.
of your
I
compliment.
love.
Hey, I didn't know you could speak Saurian.
Oh, I can't. But I can make an educated guess based
Oh my
on her body
god,
language.
front-facing Saurian
Whoa,
Cuckoo
are
Soar
all
looks so
cuckoo
head
soars as
empty. I
friendly as
love
this
it.
one?
Adult cuckoosaurs are usually very proud creatures, but there are always exceptions.
Well, since our
Oh god,
cuckoo
it's
friend
giving
kicked
Piplup, and
things
I love
off
that.
for us, I know just the place to start. The Flower Feather Clan.
All right, let's do it. Cuckoosaurs live among the Flower Feather Clan, which is suspended high above the mountains.
Ooh.
This is a tribe of warriors, and most of their
Hot air
people can
balloons and
command
stuff.
the power of the skies.
Oh, maybe they were the ones that
It was
made the
Flower
balloons that we
Feather
can
Clan's
use.
ancient duty to patrol and safeguard the entire region of Natlan.
I love her hat.
As
Wait.
elite special forces, their job was to detect threats, disseminate intel, and quickly neutralize any dangers to the nation. Though the circumstances are different now, the tribe never forgot its origins. They still hold trials to assemble the fastest teams in the tribe.
Wait,
The
that's
trials
kind of
test
cool.
the
They could work
pilot's
together
skill
with
and
the
teamwork with the cuckoosaurs.
Oh,
With Scions
I'm
of Canopy
so
as well.
pumped about these cuckoo soars.
I love the Cuckoo
Yeah,
Soar so much.
cuckoosaurs are the proudest out of all the saurians. They know that they're the kings of the
Oh
sky.
my god, they're adorable.
Cuckoosaurs
I
can
love
consume
them. Shut up, we
phlogiston
can
to climb
fly.
higher or perform a horizontal roll in midair.
My god, we
Holding
can
the
do
sprint
barrel
button allows them
rolls.
to enter an accelerated glide state after a horizontal roll. In addition, they can even use phlogiston wind tunnels to quickly cover great distances.
Okay.
I
so
love
I'm
them. Oh
assuming
my
that
god.
Cuckoo soars are really hard to
Wander,
tame.
eat your heart
Yeah,
out.
that's
That
true.
look real.
You need to prove yourself in some worthwhile feat, like demonstrating exceptional archery skill during flight. That's the only way to become a true cuckoosaur
Archery
rider.
mid-flight?
Wow, that's so
You're not
strict.
catching me doing that, bro.
Yeah, tell me about it. But okay, now that we've got a glimpse of the Flower Feather Clan, it's time for a quiz.
What? Already?
Yep, I hope you're prepared. Every tribe in that land has
Why am
a
I
unique
getting
way of
quizzed?
communicating with their Saurian companions.
I need to ask
The
for a
members of the
test.
Flower Feather Clan use a special item to summon their cuckoosaurs. What is that item?
Homie, I don't know.
A basket filled with their favorite foods?
Pizza. Pizza's a real
Here's a
answer.
hint. We just saw the answer in the previous video.
Oh, I was not paying
remember
attention,
now.
homie.
Horn.
Ding ding ding.
Sound
Cuckoosaurs
making
live far
device.
from the tribe and from each
So it's
other.
kind of like
So in order to summon
Skyward
them,
Sword Breath of the
tribes
Wild,
people
where you
use
can like
whistles
summon
and
them.
horns to produce loud noises. So there's your overview of cuckoosaurs. Maybe they sound a little unapproachable compared to other saurians, but don't worry,
What do you mean
travelers.
unapproachable? I
If you
love
get
them.
into a
They're
tough
going- I'm, like,
situation,
going to
then
hug one
Chasca,
right
the
now.
Flower Feather Clan's expert peacemaker can help mediate the conflict.
Knitch mentioned that her method
Okay.
of mediation is
Why does she have a
silencing
block?
both parties.
That's
Is
my
that
question.
true?
When did she get a gun?
Well, that's only in special cases. Most of the time, Chasca barely needs to intervene. Everyone knows what she's capable of, so People usually find a way to set aside their differences when she shows up.
Oh, so she doesn't just handle conflicts between humans and Saurians. She keeps the peace between people, too.
Exactly. Chasca was corrupted by abyssal power as a child, so she has a strong compulsion to fight, but she knows how to rein it in.
Right.
I really
heard
hope
that
we
she
get a
was
story
abandoned
quest with
as a
her.
baby. It
Well,
seems
we're
like
probably
she's been through a
going
lot.
along with the
but luckily for her,
the clan, but I hope
Cuckoosaurs
it's
took her
focused
in and
on
raised
her
as
at
one of their
least.
own. In addition to hunting and flying, Chasca gained a lot of unique combat experience from her Saurian childhood. When Chasca is in your party, defeating monsters will restore phlogiston to your party. While she's in the
Oh,
Night
she's
Soul's
a
blessing state,
phlogiston
Chasca
restorer?
can ride and control her gun like a Cuckoosaur. The Soul Sniper doesn't just increase her movement speed and resistance to interruption, it also allows her to get a better angle on her enemies.
Wow, that mid-air perspective is so cool. It seems so liberating.
Bro, Wanderer is gonna
And
get
Chasca's
outplaced
fierce
in
when she's
everyone's
in the
exploration
zone.
team.
In the Night Soul's blessing state, Chasca's normal attacks deal animo damage to enemies in front of her. Unleashing a charged attack in this state will cause Chasca to enter a special aiming mode. This allows her to lock onto a set number of enemies within range and fire up to 6 Shadow Hunt shells, which deal animo damage upon impact.
Oh, it's a
In addition, for every
revolver.
pyro,
Okay.
hydro, cryo, or electro character in your party, one of Chasca's Shadow Hunt shells will undergo an elemental conversion to deal the corresponding type of elemental
Oh, that's
damage.
actually kind of
Whoa,
interesting.
no way! So Chasca can directly deal other types of elemental damage based on the characters in her party. And since she's an animal character, she can swirl them at the same time. That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
actually
I
a
know,
super
right?
unique
Her elemental
mechanic.
burst
I'm not
has a
gonna
similar
lie.
function too. Chasca fires a gale-splitting Soul Seeker shell during her burst, which deals animo damage. The attack then splits into 6 Soul Seeker shells, which continue to attack nearby enemies. These shells can also undergo elemental conversions.
I don't know how to feel about what it looks like, but I definitely think she's going to be a good animo unit, like DPS specifically. But like, I don't know how I feel. Like, personally, I'm not gonna pull for her because like the flying gun looks goofy to me. As much as I'm just like, all right, like she can like travel way further than Wander ever could. Like, Wander, eat your heart out. But like this, I'm not gonna lie, homie's flying around on a Glock. It's so upsetting because I was so interested in Chasca like very, very early on. But the more I learn about Chasca, the less I'm interested in her because of how her designs are. Like, you could have been so good. You could have been so good, but what is with the flying clock? It's a very interesting kid. I think it's going to be very... Animo's units don't really have that many good DPS units. They're always very like support units. Her being able to like swirl the element just like from people being in the party is such an interesting thing that I'm surprised they haven't done yet, you know? Like standard DPS kit, nothing that special to me. Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not interested in that many DPSs anymore. But like, this is like an okay kit, you know? I do feel like that mechanic is really good. I just think it's too late in the game, at least for me to invest in an animo DPS. Especially when I already have a few of them. I like the elemental swapping thing could be for interesting team building. That's what I'm really interested, right? Like the fact that like you don't even have to apply the element itself, like she just does it for you. I think that's an interesting concept to explore. I just don't like how it looks so goofy to me. Like the gun, her flying around on the gun is still throwing me off. Like
That's so cool.
not that zoom in on
No
them,
wonder
like
she's
that's
one
crazy.
Of the strongest warriors in her tribe.
Speaking of her tribe, the warriors from the Flower Feather clan are formidable for sure.
Okay,
but
we are
should
getting her
also shed some light
quest.
on those who aren't as skilled.
Oh, are you talking about the wingless? That's what the tribe calls people who fail the flight trials, right? They're the challengers who fail to
wingless?
earn the recognition of a Cuckoosaur.
Exactly. But the name doesn't indicate that those people are weak or deserve to be cast aside. The Flower Feather
Yes.
clan has its own definition of strength. There's a tacit understanding that the wingless are supposed to be protected until they can fly by themselves.
Oh, so
But
they, like,
that
need
assumption
to-
is
they're like little
challenged
baby
in Tribal
birds.
Chronicles Tlalocan. Someone will dare to ask, what if you didn't need a Cuckoosaur to fly? If you could change the rules, then maybe there wouldn't be any wingless to begin with. Now, whether that's the right path is for us to discover. Chasca will also be there to help us find the answer. So, be sure to check
The
out
wingless are
Chasca's
100%
Tribal
discriminated
Chronicle if
against.
you're interested in what
100%.
happens.
Is there anything else that you can tell us?
So much pretty much
remember
everyone
how I
who
mentioned
failed the
that
glider
Chasca was
test. I
raised
mean,
by
that's their own
Fukusaurs?
form as
Yeah,
well.
tell us about
That's just
it.
the Mondstadt version.
Her Saurian mother will make an appearance in this quest. Even though she's joined human society, Chasca still goes to visit her Saurian mother on occasion, especially when she needs some help with a tough situation.
She's still
So
visiting her
Chasca still has a
mom.
soft side, even
Stop,
though
that's
she's
so
a fearsome
cute.
warrior.
Definitely. The Flower Feather Clan is also the setting for the Archon Quest Chapter 5 interlude.
Whoa,
All fires-
hold on. I thought we were not getting chapter 5 yet. Hold on. I was completely wrong. I genuinely thought we were not getting chapter 5 yet. Okay, so chapter 5 is an interlude. That's not what I expected at all. So next patch is chapter 6? That's the most baffling part to me. Right, interlude. What the hell is this? Don't get me wrong. I think they do need to establish the other regions before they go on to the next chapter. I just didn't think we were going to have a chapter 5 and chapter 6, you know? How is this an act 5 and also an interlude? That's what I'm asking. Like, maybe they're trying to do the Zenless Zone Zero thing where they're just like, oh yeah, this is like, technically you need to learn about this before the next part of the quest kind of thing, which I think that's what they're doing. But then why call it chapter 5? Are we going for chapter 6? I feel like most of the quests so far have only been up to act 5. I think this is the first one we're going into an act 6, you know? It's, I don't know, maybe it's just strange to us because when we go through the Archon quest, it always ends on chapter 5. I think this is the first time they've ever done like like anything past chapter 5 itself. Also, normally we get our interludes after chapter 5. Like I'm remembering the Nahida one when we learn about Wanderer. That was an interlude after chapter 5. So I guess we're not gonna have an interlude after chapter 6 or something? Yeah, I guess we'll see. Chapter 5 as a whole is Natlan. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad, though, that we're establishing the other tribes first. You know? I thought they'd do the setup as a world quest, not an interlude quest. You think people would actually, like, pay attention to a world quest? Like, would you actually pay attention to a world quest? Like, it'd be great, because, I mean, one of the world quests would have been voiced, and that would have been amazing to see. They're not going to pay attention to that. We didn't get an interlude in Fontaine, so I guess... Wait! No, you're kind of right. I completely forgot we didn't get an interlude. We just got a lot of character stories instead. They did change a lot of structure in Natlan. Using the tribal quest is new too. That is true, so I'm not surprised... I shouldn't be surprised about the shakeup, but, like, it's still throwing me off. Collective plenty of map right now, so there's gonna be more map. Oh, definitely. Like, we already saw Chasca's area and Ororon's area. Yansan Shireberry. I'm very curious about her map specifically, because I don't know if we saw it in the actual trailer. Just recovering from exploring, but I guess now I'm going off again. Bro, exploration impact people are going to have a time, for sure. Gonna have fun with the Saurian mechanics. Oh, I'm so excited for the Saurian mechanics. We're gonna fly? We're gonna fly with the Cuckoo Soars, bro? Like, that's so cool. We need bikes. Ooh, imagine Eonsun's area has like bikes or something. Wait. Now I'm thinking of like the now I'm thinking of Pokemon Violet. The legendaries on those, and those are like the new Saurians. I wouldn't put it past them. I'm not gonna lie. This area has mostly felt like Pokemon to me. So I'm kind of just like, you know what? If we get Miraidon in this story, you know what? Fuck it. Let's ball. I'll do it. Yeah, we got flying guns. We might as well have a Miraidon in this story. Like, come on. I would see Malvika having a bike. Oh, I would love that. Like, she's like Inferno Rider. That would eat, actually.
All fires fuel the flame. The tribe is facing a crisis, and they'll need the travelers' help to find a solution.
What kind of crisis?
Well, the Flower Feather clan suffered the worst
The
of
crisis
the abyssal
of everyone's
contamination
melanin,
during the
please.
battle in version 5.1. It's not just the human body
Oh,
that
what
can't
the heck?
withstand high concentrations of abyssal power. For most people, it also damages the mind. Many members of the Flower Feather clan are suffering from the mental repercussions of the abyss, and the tribe is in desperate need of aid.
I like they're
Eonsun
continuing
will
this,
be there
actually.
too. After rebuilding her own tribe, the
He looks
Collective
like he
of
came out
Plenty,
of One Piece.
She's traveling around Natland to help those in need.
The people of
Eonsun!
Natlan really value unity, don't they? No one fights alone.
Right.
That's one of my favorite things about Natlan. Oh, wait. It looks like the captain will also be there.
Yes, the captain will also offer help to the tribe.
Oh my god, him
You may
in
pick up on
comparison
some
to
interesting
Yatsun is just like,
information if you
damn.
pay close attention to what he has to say. The captain rarely gives away
I saw
too
abyssal
much
tumors. I
information
think it's the
in his
direct
regular
repercussions of what happened
but
last chapter.
His secrecy here seems a little peculiar. So
It's
keep
the
an eye out,
Fatui,
but
bro.
of
I know we've been working with the
restoring
Fatui, but
Natlan's
like the
fighting
secrecy
spirit
of the
remains
Fatui.
top
No,
priority.
they've been like that.
After all, the war isn't over yet. The abyssal contamination is still around, and we have a very important battle ahead. Natlan needs mental fortitude more than ever before.
The Flower Feather clan is pretty close to the Masters of the Nightwind, where the Ictomosaurs live. That tribe could be another good place to recover from the battle.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
If you head west from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and go past the towering walls, you eventually arrive at the settlement of the mysterious Masters of the Nightwind.
Ooh, I
The
really
tribal
liked
settlement
this
offers a
design, honestly, when we
unique
first
glowing
saw it.
landscape at night. If you venture even further, then you might encounter the
I
tribe's
love them.
wild
I love
Ictomosaur
everything
elder,
about
or one of
them.
the
They're
many
so
shamans who can communicate with
They're gonna be in the
spirits.
abyss and we're gonna have
I
to
even
kill
heard
them.
that the witch doctors who live there can help cleanse your spirit. Plus, the graffiti art is really incredible. In fact, there's something
I
special
love
about this
that
one.
specific graffiti
Can you
design.
figure it out, travelers?
Looks very bird-like.
It's kind of tricky, right? Well, don't worry. The Ictomosaurs can help us out.
Stop, they're so
Ictomosaurs are known for their wisdom.
cute.
They can use their unique sight
love
to
them.
detect things that can't be seen through normal mains.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa, was that a ghost? Oh my god, we're getting
Ictomosaurs are
the
especially
ghosts
skilled at
again.
detecting ley lines and
Ah,
phlogiston.
don't pass
They
that.
can
I
absorb
saw
power
that.
from
Surumi
phlogiston
Island,
objects
ooh.
to enhance their abilities. Doing so allows them to jump higher, move
Stop, they're
faster,
so
or
cute. I
even
love
obtain
them.
surprising rewards.
They're so
Ictomosaurs
precious.
can also extract information from graffiti art to create special objects.
Oh.
I bet that'll come in handy for solving puzzles.
I think they reused the
Definitely,
Kitsune
especially
thing from
in Tribal
Inazuma here.
Chronicles Mictlan, which will become available in version 5.2.
Memories
the
of
first
Flowing
two
Color.
acts feature a lot of intriguing
okay.
puzzles, so be sure to check them out, travelers. Some of them will require the help of an Ictomosaur, and others can be solved on your own.
I noticed that Ictomosaurs can perform fast-paced jumps when they have enough phlogiston, and it looks like so much fun. Do we know anyone
do a
who can use
heck
that
and a half.
ability?
They're so
Besides the new
cute.
Saurian, I mean.
Yes, Ororon can do it too. Like the Ictomosaurs,
So we just
Ororon has
added
the
double
ability
jump.
to rise into the air.
Wait,
He also
stop.
has
The
a
fact that
keen
you can
sense of
stop and
perception.
shoot like that
While
is so
charging
cool.
an aimed shot, Ororon will enter the spirit
Are you also a
speaker
DPS?
state,
I really don't
allowing
want
him to
another
extract
DPS.
power from Natlan's graffiti and runes.
Speaking of Ororon,
Whoa,
I was
hold on.
honestly super surprised by his personality. Before the 5.1 Archon quest, I thought that he looked like a stern, stoic, and harsh type of character. But as it turns out, he's just a sweet kid.
Yeah.
He's just a
It's
little
kind of
guy.
unexpected,
That's
right?
based off an African
Is he
deity and looks
really
like
that sweet,
pale as
though?
hell,
Just
but you
to think
know.
about all the sneaking around behind his granny's back.
The goths are
true.
softies,
The
right? It's
tribespeople of the Masters of the
Ororon.
Nightwind are known for being eccentric. But Ororon really takes it to the next level.
Yeah, it sounds like he does things his own way. I wonder if that extends to his combat abilities.
It does. Ororon is a bit different from the Natlan characters we've met so far. He doesn't need
Oh
to
my God,
depend
you
on the
hold
Night
on
Soul's
a
blessing
little
state to gain
bit.
Night
Shut
Soul
up, I
points,
love
and he
him.
can maintain the Night Soul's blessing state even while he's off-field.
Stop, that is
That does
so
sound different
cute.
from the other Natlan characters. So how do his abilities work?
Let me start by explaining how Ororon gains Night Soul points. This can happen in multiple ways. For example, Ororon can gain Night Soul points when one of his party members triggers a Night Soul burst. He can also
Oh.
gain them when other party members deal Hydro or Electro attacks to enemies after Ororon unleashes his elemental skill.
So
Then
he's
it
a
sounds like he works well with Hydro and Electro characters.
okay, so he's limited in
And
like
in
which
combat,
characters he
when enemies
needs.
take damage from electro-charged reactions, or other party members deal Night Soul aligned damage, Ororon can consume Night Soul points to enter the Night Soul's blessing state and trigger the Hypersense effect, dealing electro damage.
Oh, I see. So,
So his mechanic is very similar to like the random thunder strikes we get whenever we're in Abyss or IT.
State and trigger the effect.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a taser
Though
person.
I should mention that Ororon doesn't need to be on the field to trigger the Hypersense effect.
Wait, He can trigger it even while he's off-field? That sounds really useful.
Totally. His elemental burst provides a convenient way to deal damage and support your party. Ororon performs an ancient reach roll with his burst to summon a supersonic Oculus, which taunts nearby enemies to draw them in. Once they're up close, the Oculus releases a sound wave to deal damage.
That should be great for
Okay,
crowd
that's
control.
kind of useful, I'm not gonna lie.
With Ororon in your party, dealing with large groups of enemies should be a lot easier. And speaking of making things easier, Ororon can also improve the exploration experience by boosting the gliding speed of your characters.
Oh, he's a gliding
Awesome.
boost? That's it?
Ororon really
Alright.
cherishes his friends. With a little teamwork on his side, I'm sure victory will always be within reach.
Okay. He looks okay. I'm not like super stoked about him too. I'm like more excited about the fact that like he holds a little squirrel in his arm and that's about it. First off-field Electro guy. I mean, it's about time, honestly. Who do you have? We had Razor, who is supposed to be main DPS focused, and Sino, who's also main DPS focused. I don't mind a switch up. It's about time we get another a taller male character that's an Electro, you know? They made him a true 4-star! I was expecting to see him hold an aphid in his idol. Right, I wonder why specifically a squirrel. Like, I know he kind of cares for a lot of animals, so I'm not sure. He is a very pretty princess. Like, I don't know, both Chasca and Ororon, I've kind of just been feeling meh about. Like, at least Auroron's not a DPS character. The fact that he's more sub-DPS-y, specifically in taser teams, it's a very niche specific team that he's going to be a part of. But I like him a little bit more just because he's not a main DPS, you know? So Hydro Claymore when? We're never getting it. At this point... Bro, Ayato should have been a Hydro Claymore. You cannot change my mind. So many people were pissed he was a 5-star. Kanish was the only male 5-star this year, so I get why people are kind of pissed. Yeah, I feel like... I think it's just rare that we get 5-star male characters in general, so I think kind of finding out that he is a 4-star is just like, damn, we could have had, you know, something else. I'm trying to think, like, maybe there's going to be another Natlin character that's another 4-star that, like, is going to replace his type of kit. Maybe Insane be an Electrocharge DPS. I think you can use him as Electrocharge DPS, but he's looking more sub-DPS-y to me. Like, especially with the crowd control thing that he has, that's definitely a sub-DPS unit.
Cool. So we introduced 2 of the upcoming regions in this update, the Flowerfeather Clan and the Masters of the Nightwind. But there's more. Version 5.2 actually introduces another new region. It's called Ochkanatlan.
Oh, I think we caught a glimpse of this ancient city when we were looking at the Flowerfeather Clan.
Oh, they were mentioning Ochka like a few times in the story quest.
Those clouds look kind of ominous.
I really like the little circle design they have there. It does remind me a lot of the summer area
in that land due to its severe abyssal contamination, and it seems uninhabited.
Also floating rocks again. I'm scared.
Have come here in search of treasure or to slay
Wait, hold on. Is this an Arthurian thing? Like we have to pull the sword out of the stone?
None of them have ever returned. The Flowerfeather Clan often sends riders to patrol the area and to prevent people from getting too close.
Wait, did you say
I see an enemy down there. I don't like that.
Yeah, I know we introduced some adorable Saurians earlier, but
what
this
the heck
creature
was
is
that?
actually really terrifying.
Oh.
It occupies this ancient city and guards it fiercely. If it detects an intruder, then it will attack without hesitation.
Okay.
God, please tell me that dragon's part of a world quest. Please tell me that dragon's part of a world quest.
Coexistence for granted these days, but it actually took generations of effort to reach this point. This relationship wasn't
I don't like that there's
so
dead
harmonious in the ancient
hilichurls.
past.
Oh no, the
Travelers
last
will
time we
need to
had that was like
explore
chasm.
Ochkanatlan to uncover the reason behind this dragon's rampage. Of course,
World quest,
travelers
world
won't
quest,
have to do
world
this
quest.
alone. Here, take a look.
Oh, what's that?
What the?
This is a very important companion
Is
who
that-
will help us explore Ochkanatlan.
Why does he feel like he
His
came
name
out
is
of
Kokiri.
Valorant? Gecko, is
As
that
for
you?
his power, well, why don't you take a guess?
Okay, is he our moral support? You know, maybe he could make a cute noise every now and then to cheer us up.
Hey,
I want to
let's not put our
squish him. He looks like a
Capellasaur
little
friend out of a
stress
job.
ball.
Little one works really hard.
Okay, then I've got nothing.
Remember how I mentioned that Ochkanatlan is heavily corroded by the abyss? Well,
Stop!
that's where
It's
Kokiri
literally
comes
just
in.
the chasm
We can
again.
use his power to clear abyssal contamination.
Stop!
Follow the
It's
direction
just the
indicated by
chasm,
his light
bro!
to collect secret source scraps and enhance his power. Once Kokoik has enough power, you can take him to track down the evil dragon.
What a
Oh
useful
man,
little
we
guy.
haven't had like a
I
first
know,
person
right?
like
Now,
shooting
travelers can
style
explore
game,
Oshkomatland with two
like
companions,
minigame in a hot minute.
Kokoik and Little One. In fact, I've heard there's even a special token around here that can enable Little One to traverse a volcano. A new adventure with Little One awaits in version 5.2.
Yes!
This update will bring us one step closer
World-class!
to uncovering the mysteries of Little One's past. Familiar Saurian companions
I'm
can
so
also
happy.
help us
I'm so
explore
happy we're getting
Oshkomatland.
World Quest.
For example, with the help of a Koholosaur,
Why are we
can
doing
evade
bullet hells
source
now?
mechanism attacks.
What is this?
With the help of an Ikitomisaur, we can solve certain puzzles. With the help of a Kukusaur, we might even be able to chase down the evil dragon. But we'll leave the rest for you to discover, travelers.
Wait, are those some kind of lava fish? Does this mean we can fish in that land?
Yes, but I've got some friendly advice, travelers.
I don't wanna
You should be
fish,
very
bro.
careful while exploring Oshkomatland.
I
Some
don't
of
wanna
the abyssal monsters
fish.
here can distort their appearance to mimic powerful enemies. High-level monsters such as the tenebrous Papilla can mimic even stronger enemies.
Huh? It looks like these monsters take the form of plants outside of combat.
Yep, that's true.
That looks
The
cool
Abyss
though.
has
They're finally
corroded
bringing back a
Natlan's ley
similar
lines,
design
allowing
to
these
like
monsters to
the
read the
wind
memories inside of them
animal
and mimic
things in
creatures from Tevat.
in
How do we
Mondstadt.
defeat them?
Travelers will need to use elemental attacks to break the enemy's protective void wards. Doing so allows them to take damage and causes them to enter a brief state of confusion. Night Soul aligned elemental attacks are especially effective against these wards.
Wow, the Abyss has gotten so advanced. It's scary to think about how much harder these
I
fights
really
will
like
get
this
if these
design.
abyssal
I'm not gonna
monsters
lie. This
continue
boss
to
design is
evolve.
probably one of my
Yeah.
favorites so far.
Okay, that was a lot of information to
It looks
take in at
very
once.
like
But before we
creepy,
take our first
you know,
break,
like
we still have a couple of short
seraphim-esque
announcements.
angel,
Really short, I
like,
promise. First
design.
up, limited time exploration rewards will be available in version 5.2. Just like
Right,
in
it's very
version
biblical
5.1,
angel.
travelers can earn up to 400 extra
Tenebrous
primo gems.
Papilla equals hell
And the rewards will be
butterfly. I
available all the way
mean,
through version
and butterflies
5.3.
associated with death
It's now
and all
time to
that.
introduce the event wishes. In the first half
Interesting.
of version 5.2,
Why is Linny getting a rerun before Rio? How many? I love Linny. Don't get me wrong. Where did all of my cryo characters go? I'm so tired. This is Linny's second rerun, third banner. That's what I was thinking, right? I'm just like, where's Rio, bro? Rio was the worst performing banner ever. I know, but like, come on, guys, let him out in the basement, bro. Shen has never coming back. Shen is dead in a grave somewhere. What's a cryo? I don't know. There's only 6 elements in Genshin again. Like, man. I do want to pull out Chasca's banner, bro. You know what? Maybe this is a guaranteed. If I lose this banner, we can save for Malvika. This is my copium, bro. They should just make a Chronicles of Cryo banner. At this point, might as well. You said I'm not going to pull minutes ago? Okay, I didn't realize that a Wuwon is going to be a 4-star. Now I have to pull, bro. How many times do you accidentally get on the banner characters, please? Too many. Too many. The ones that I do want never fucking show up. Finally get to Snezhnaya. Okay, time for Shenhe and Rio. Shut up. No, if they do that, I will cry. I will literally cry. I mean, here's my thing. I think that's physically possible, though. I think they're prioritizing pyro characters, but...
travelers can look forward to event wishes from Chasca and Linny. Ororon will also receive a drop rate boost. And in the second half of version 5.2...
oh, there is no way they put the dragons... there is no way they put the dragons together, bro! They're gonna have so much beef on this banner! Oh my god. Okay, so we got our Archon. We have Zhongli. Oh, did they have to put these two together? Like, we saw what happened, right? Zhongli fucked off, like, for 5 years. He's like, I'm not gonna go, like, anywhere near Nuvi when I find him. Like, enemies to lovers? Hey, you wait, actually? I have seen art of these two together, so... bro, they're trying to... Hoyoverse is trying to start beef between their dragons again. Maybe Hoyoverse really is just Celestia, you know? Like, Hoyoverse are the true colonizers? Right, this is Nuvi's second rerun. Where the hell is his boyfriend? Homie is just like, it's okay, I'll take your place, and then shows up here. Like, Hoyo really likes treating their dragons and serpents like shit. Like, right, like, come on. Like, One of the themes in Natlan is human and dragons living together in the past and present. Maybe this banner represents cooperation. Bro, you know Nuvi would like start beef with Zhongli as soon as he see him. Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. If you're a new player, this is actually a very good banner for you to join in on. Like, I'm saying second half specifically because Chasca, I don't know if you need an Animo DPS. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. If you really like Chasca, pull Chasca. If you're gonna be a clown and pull for a 4-star like I am, be a clown. Pull for the 4-star if you want Ororon. Linny is a very good pyro DPS. He's personally not one of my favorites just because I don't like bow mechanics. But he is a fun character just to like play as. But I think the second half is actually really good. You have Nuvalet, who is probably one of the, I'm gonna say the most meta-ish character right now. Like he's very useful for like group of characters. And like, I think he has the highest damage for a lot of people. He's pretty easy to build. You don't exactly need his weapon and stuff like that. Zhongli is literally a cheat code if you cannot dodge. If you need a shield, he's perfect. And also like, he's not too hard to build. Like he has a lot of alternatives in terms of like free-to-play weapons and stuff like that. So you don't necessarily need to pull his weapon. I would honestly not recommend pulling on this weapon banner for second half at least. But yeah, in terms of like ranking order, I would definitely put the second half of this banner higher on priority. If you don't have any of these characters, I'd rank it Nuvalet, Zhongli, and then Chasca and Linny are kind of tied right now. It really just depends if you need an Animo or Pyro DPS. They're very like cool characters, but I wouldn't recommend them for specifically just meta, air quotes, you know? Knowing you Genshin players, are we the millennials of Genshin? I think we are the millennials of Genshin. Aspen's the boomer. Anyone who joined 1.0, like that time period, y'all are boomers in Genshin. Any of us that joined like during Inazuma, we're the millennials now. Yeah, and then after like later on Fontaine to like Natlan, yeah, they're the Gen Alphas. Don't actually listen to this clown. Okay, listen, I'm just saying, don't pull for 4 stars because they're not guaranteed. I know exactly what I'm getting into. I'm going to do it anyway. This is a personal decision. I'm not saying it's a good decision, but it's a decision I'm going to make, you know?
We'll have returning event wishes for Zhongli and Nuvalet. The weapon banner will feature a new 5-star bow.
Oh,
Astral
that
Vulture's
looks
Crimson
so
Plumage,
pretty, and I don't know who else I'd put it on
4-star
that.
Weapons.
I love that, like, you can definitely tell that, like, this 4-star bow is a direct 4-star to Chasca's one. I don't know mechanically if there's gonna be the same, but, like, aesthetic-wise, it basically almost looks the same. What's Chasca's weapon then? It literally just looks like it has like a bird head on the front, and that's the only difference that I can see.
Be sure to check them out if you're interested.
All right,
Wave
it's
Fighting
time for
World
our first
Catalyst.
break. Once we come back, we'll dive right into the event portion.
Stop, shut up, look at that thing, look at it, it's so cute. Stop! I love him. I love him. I would do anything for him. If anything were to happen to him, I would kill everyone and then myself. It's so cute. I love it. Stop. It's so precious. Are you just gonna walk across the screen? I will literally just watch you walk across the screen. You're so cute. I love it. No, don't eat the child. That's my baby. I would never. They're gonna put them in the abyss and I'm gonna sob to death. I know they're gonna make them kill them in the spiral abyss and I'm going to cry. You're just gonna walk across, buddy? Oh my god, you did such a good job walking across. Look at you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. They're so cute.
Welcome back,
weapon!
travelers.
Welcome back. Let's dive straight into the event
Stop,
section.
you're so cute.
So in the first event, we'll get to learn more about the Masters of the Nightwind.
That's right. In the
Ooh,
version
yes.
5.2
Okay, I'm so
event,
excited for that.
Hitomi Spirit-Seeking Scrolls. Travelers will team up with Citlali and Ororon to get to the bottom of a mysterious accident
That weapon
occurred
actually
within
looks
their tribe.
really cute.
Travelers will need to complete combat challenges to defeat enemies who try to disrupt the ritual. They'll also need
Right,
to
the sword is
reconstruct
so
scenes
cool.
from the tribe's woven scrolls. and gather lost spirits scattered throughout the region. Travelers will only be able to uncover the truth if they collect all the clues. But don't worry, there are also various rewards to earn along the way.
I wonder if this is a
including
major
primo
event
gems.
or like
I
a
really
side
like the
event.
vibe of this event. It looks like Lali is performing some kind of ritual.
Lali is very
It's
much giving me Black
also
Swan vibes
mysterious.
in this one
When the
shot.
situation gets tough, it's Granny to the rescue.
Definitely.
Lali and Ororon have some really fun dialogue in this event.
I'm always grabbing the popcorn whenever these two interact. They're practically a two-person show. And speaking
Oh my
of fun,
God, wait,
let's
they're
get into
acting
the
out
event
scenes from
gameplay.
a light
First up
novel?
is the
I love
Search
that for
Lost
them.
Spirits minigame. Travelers will have to work together to herd the scattered roaming spirits into specific
Oh.
zones to earn points.
We had
Pay
a
attention
minigame
to
like
the
this
conditions on the
recently,
field if
didn't
you want
we?
a higher score. For example,
In
travelers can
Fontaine.
jump on stone slabs that appear on the field. These slabs will break open and release even more spirits. Storms may also appear during the game. You can track down spirits more effectively if you pay attention to the direction of the storms.
In Evil Banisher, travelers will need to select the right
Okay,
teams
we have
to
a combat
complete
event.
the objectives. Completing all of the objectives will award you the Banishing Aura, which allows you to deal AoE damage by spraying paint at enemies.
That paint really matches
Ah,
the
yes,
Masters of the Night
Rappa,
Winds
is that you?
aesthetic. It's super cool.
Yeah, and so does the Spirit Loom in restoring fragmented records.
What is this?
Lali
Oh, we have to
will
just...
use her powers to reveal special fragments. Travelers will need to piece these fragments together and assemble them on a woven scroll.
Okay, interesting.
Make sure that
Learning
you pay
how to
attention
layer
the
your
order
art is
and positions of the
crazy.
fragments. Oh, there's something else that we should mention.
Wait, why is
Travelers
it
can
blue on
obtain
the
a
other one,
new
but then purple
4-star
on
sword by
here? Unless it
completing
gets
this
upgraded
event.
and changes color.
The design definitely fits
I really
the
like
Masters
the
of the
blue
Night
color
Wind.
on this,
It looks like
though.
some kind of ceremonial artifact.
I totally agree.
That blue
and
shade
this
is
event
so
will allow travelers
nice.
to learn more about Natland's secrets. For example, this quest will review new clues about a mysterious and legendary place, the Mare Javari.
Wow, we've been hearing about this
Shut
place
up!
since
Mare
Mondstadt.
Javari
It'll be
Lord!
nice to get some
Shut
new
up!
information.
Mare Javari
On a
Lord,
related note, the
finally!
Adventurers Guild has prepared a new trial for its members. Active adventurers
Let's
have been
fucking
invited to take on
go!
the challenge, including the Traveler. Travelers will need to complete various challenges with designated characters and fully leverage their skills to earn rewards. I know you're up to the challenge, Travelers. Good luck.
In Mondstadt-related news, the Knights of Favonius are conducting a war game to improve security tactics in the region. And who better to test these tactics than the honorary
Okay, so
knight? Be sure to pay close
Oh,
attention
it's very
to the
similar
game,
to
since the format has
ZZZ's
changed at this time.
endgame stuff, I
Travelers
think.
will need to select the combat units and stratagems to deploy against the opposing
Stratagems!
formation. Once the lineup
Adventuring!
is set, the monsters will fight automatically. Available combat units and stratagems are completely random. You know, just to build some unpredictability into the wargame. The chances of encountering elite combat units increases as the wargame progresses. Even more elite
Is this-
monsters will be available for travelers to use.
Is
It's a
this World of
volatile
Warcraft?
environment, so do your best to win as many rounds as possible, earn wargame medals, and collect the rewards.
Man, I really don't want to
Alright,
use
let's keep the
NPC
excitement
or
rolling
like
in this
enemy
next
bosses
event.
again.
We actually have a demo, so please take a look.
A demo?
Oh, looks like they're
TCG?
selecting tactics. Double damage? That sounds powerful.
Ooh, so new
Whoa, it's
types of
automated.
game mode stuff for
Cool.
TCG?
The elemental
Honestly,
reaction effects
good
are
for them. They don't really have that
completely
much stuff.
This brand new
Brazzer.
heated battle mode is called Automatic Artistry. Powerful support cards have been added for nearly every elemental reaction. Choose cards
okay.
that align with your strategies to trigger powerful elemental reactions. The effects will change
Oh, their
depending on how
health
you
is
play.
way more
In
now.
addition, the overall gameplay is very laid back. Characters will automatically duel each other, and skill animations are now shorter in length.
Wow,
Huh,
it's like
okay,
we
so they
got
have
a
an
whole
auto?
new Genius Invocation TCG after coming back from Natland. Talk about
All
whiplash.
right. Maybe
That's
I do
right.
TCG
Even
now
if
that
you've
they have
never
an
played
auto.
Genius Invocation before, I really recommend checking out this new gameplay mode in version 5.2. The new version will also bring a few updates to regular Genius Invocation TCG.
Do you ever feel
On
a little cooped
Rosaria
up while you're
too.
playing
They're
card
so
games?
cute.
Well, don't worry about that.
Very
Our
laid
next
back. I can
event
hear
will
you
give travelers
screeching
the
as they play
opportunity to
TCG.
enjoy the great outdoors.
Oh my god,
In Call
no.
Convoy, travelers will need to help Lamia track
Stop,
down
I love
some
the birds.
adopted
Anyway.
animals. Travelers
I'm
will
so
be able
normal
to
about
see
them.
the animal's point of view by using a special tool.
Oh wait,
Once you've
no, it's
managed
the
to
one where we
deduce
have
their
to see the point of view.
location, you'll be
No,
able
never
to
mind.
track
I'm not
them
excited
down.
anymore.
Once the animals are safe and sound, travelers will receive a gift from the mysterious figure who
Hear me
adopted
out,
them.
Wolf Lord, from a
I
new
feel like
card. A
Ororon
very
would
valid
really
hear me
shine
out.
in this event. He's definitely an
Wait,
animal
stop
lover.
the little Huta statue
see
is
that.
so cute.
I'm sure that he would jump at the chance to meet animals from other nations.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
Finally, the ley
Stop.
line
Did they pull
overflow
that from
event
like
will
Sparkle's
return in
thing?
version 5.2. If you need Mora or character EXP materials, then keep an eye out.
All right, let's dive into some
All right, at least we're
updates
getting a
and
ley
game
line overflow. I actually
optimizations.
need stuff.
First up is the change to the Imaginarium Theater.
Oh.
Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue. Travelers provided feedback that this setup interrupted their experience.
Yeah, it was
So,
kinda dumb.
This will no longer be the case in version 5.2.
Okay,
Now,
that's
after
actually a good
finishing
change. I'll take
battle,
that.
All you need to do is click Next Act if you want to keep fighting.
Nice.
all right,
Travelers
that's
can
good.
now enjoy
This is
the
a good
thrill of
update.
combat without any interruptions.
And for all the generous travelers who like to configure supports for their friends, a supporting caster record has been added in the new update.
Oh,
You can now
record. Oh,
check
so you
which
can
friends
see
have borrowed
who
your supports by looking at the
looked at their
supporting cast
stuff.
screen.
Cool. It'll be nice to know that our supports are helping people out.
Yup.
That's
and
nice.
The party configuration mechanic has also been optimized. Besides the elemental filtering, the Imaginarium Theater will now feature recommended row icons, elemental stat.
Huh, so they tell you off field, on field. See, that's the only thing. That's helpful, but only if you build them the way they're supposed to be built. There's so many characters that are not built in like non-conventional ways. Like I know that they're gonna mark Sayu as a support character when I've built my Sayu to be a main DPS. That is probably the only one caveat about saying like, oh, this person is going to be marked as a support or a non-support. It is very much a me issue. It's very much a like hipster impact like kind of issue. It's so niche, but it's just like that's the one thing. Like I know they're just going to mark certain characters as like a support or a DPS when not everyone will build it the same way. That's like my only thing. It's not like a bad, like it's not like me telling them, oh, you should change it because that's like not what I'm trying to say. It's more like not everyone's gonna build their supports like supports and their DPSs like DPSs. Characters will not be marked as DPS off-field or incorrect. Hipster impact is crazy. As long as you know your characters, I don't think it matters. No, I generally also, it's such a niche issue, but I'm just bringing that up just to bring that up because I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, let me select my DPS character, and then they don't build their DPS character like a DPS character. So that's like the only thing I can think of that could be an issue with this type of sorting system.
Besides the elemental filtering, the Imaginarium Theater will now feature recommended row icons, elemental statistics, and markers for the main types of enemies.
That is so helpful. I'll occasionally put together a random team if I've just started experimenting with some characters, but this information should make it a lot easier to form strategic teams.
These markers will display key information on how to counter enemies, but in a much more prominent position. Hopefully, this change will make it easier for travelers to form the best teams.
Yes, now we can directly see which elements work best against specific enemies. That's definitely going to save some time.
For sure. And we can expect even more optimizations in the future as travelers continue to provide valuable feedback about their experiences. Okay, let's introduce the other system optimizations coming in version 5.2.
I know they're not going to say
You can
artifact
outsort
loadouts,
5-star
but
artifacts in your inventory
I'm just
based
wishing
on
for
when you
artifact
obtained them,
loadouts.
from the most recent to the oldest. Second,
Okay.
the animations for crafting materials, forging weapons, building furniture, and cooking dishes are now shorter in length.
That's really nice.
Okay,
the
I'll
dev
take
team
that.
designed a lot of intricate animations
Good
for
quality
these
of
features,
life.
but it can feel a bit frustrating when you have to watch them over and over again.
There will
It's
also
not-
be several optimizations.
I think this is
for
just
the
like,
Serena
hey,
teapot.
the kids are
The seed
tired of
dispensary
waiting.
can
We
now
need to make
hold
this
more of
faster.
every type of seed. You'll be able to purchase wood at the Realm Depot
We
in
could just
exchange for
purchase
realm
it?
currency.
Oh.
In
Can we
addition,
purchase
the cooldown for
other
the boon
things
of the
besides
Elder
wood,
Tree
actually?
will be reduced to 5 seconds.
Oh.
This way, it will be easier for travelers to collect wood.
Awesome.
Oh,
I've been
teapot
meaning to
mains
use
are gonna
some
have a
cool
day for
replicas in my Serena
sure.
teapot, but I'm always short on wood.
Oh, good
So this should be
optimizations for
really
teapot
helpful.
mains.
Nice! I'm so excited for you. Oh, and optimizations have been made to artifact locking. The updated
Oh.
lock assistance interface will allow you to configure lock settings with a single click. Just hit Use Recommended Settings and you're set. The recommended set lock plans will even update automatically based on popular in-game configurations. Of
I've
course,
never
if you
actually
have
used
your
the
own
system, I'm not
ideas in
even gonna
mind,
lie.
then you can always disable the recommended plans to configure custom ones instead.
The update also allows you to batch lock artifacts in your inventory based on the recommended general lock plan and set lock plans. This will make it much faster to organize your inventory. In addition, a shortcut button that navigates to the lock assistance interface will be added to the artifact domain challenge screen and the artifact acquisition screen. This should make it easier for travelers to configure their locking rules whenever they want. A star feature will also be added next to the lock button on each artifact. Travelers can use this feature to mark their favorite artifacts and filter by stars to quickly track them down.
That's not bad. Like, you can mark off, like, oh, this is my top CV artifact, you know? Still no loadouts. Yeah, literally loadouts when.
A quick swap
I'm
feature
tired
will
of
also be
asking.
added for treasure compasses and Oculus Resonance stones.
Oh.
Enabling this feature will allow travelers to more easily use these devices across regions. The feature will automatically switch to the compass or stone that corresponds to your location in the game.
Okay,
Be
very
sure to check out
convenient.
future announcements for
Still
more
don't
details
have
on the
a
version
stone
5.2
for
optimizations.
All right.
for Dragon Spine
that
yet
was a
again.
lot of info, so this seems like a good time for our second break.
It's time for the third redemption code.
They now track challenges too. Ooh, that's actually pretty good then. Honestly, them tracking the Sealies and challenges should have been implemented way earlier, so I'm kind of glad now the compasses are a little bit more useful. I really wish that they did something similar to the summer events where, like, it will just show on your map all the types of chests, even hidden ones, after like a certain percentage or something like that.
Welcome back, travelers. What else do we have on the agenda, Gabe?
We have some very exciting news to share. After the version update on November 20th, travelers will be able to play Genshin Impact on the Xbox Series
I forgot
X
that the
and
Xbox
S.
thing was a thing.
Log into Genshin Impact on
Nahida
Xbox
created
Series
the
X and
Xbox.
S consoles to receive the Wind Glider Wings of Fate's Course Intertwined. Additionally,
they also
Xbox
have a
Game Pass
custom wing.
Ultimate members can
Just show
play
it to me so
Genshin
I can
Impact
cry
via
about not
cloud
having an
gaming.
Xbox.
They'll also find
Just call
extra
me poor
rewards
already,
in their
bro.
in-game mailbox.
Awesome.
All right.
Or don't show
that
it to me,
should be
fine, whatever.
everything. That means that we've reached the end of the special program.
Nahida is the
there
Xbox CEO
anything that you
real.
want to say before we go, Kai?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to all the new characters. Chasca and her weapons seem really incredible. I'd love to see how her travel chronicle unfolds because she has such an amazing personality. And Ororon seems like a very layered character. The storytelling is definitely going to shine. What about you, Gabe?
Yeah, I'm just so excited for players to experience more of the Natlan storyline. And we have so much to explore this time. I mean, 2 new tribes and a new area as well. And one thing I've always loved about Genshin Impact is how it's multi-platform. Like, I'm always logging in on different devices.
I love
depending on where I
multi-platform
am.
looks
So
at Switch.
It's just exciting to see another platform become available for everyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, on that note, I hope you have fun with the new version, travelers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Damn. Okay, I was hoping for or an end screen kind of thing. Let me look at what this Xbox bundle looks like. Is that what the wings look like? It's good for Nahida. That's it. It's okay. I think Alhaitham would also look good in this. No, it wouldn't look good on Rio. Not Rio. Sorry, Alhaitham. Oh, it's the wrong shade of green. Damn. Emily? Maybe, because Emily doesn't really have that many green accents. It's too dark of a green. I hate it. I think it looks nice, but I don't think it would look good on anyone. Like, Nahida's one's also a little too light, I think. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this wing. Like, I love the design of it, don't get me wrong. I like the shape of this wing pattern and, like, this particular harness strap. Other than that, it's all right. I don't know who. I think I'm just gonna try it on some other characters and just be like, all right, let's see, let's fashion impact this and see what's going on. I don't think there's going to be that many characters I'll actually put on it. All right, developer discussion. Okay, this is the thing that they didn't mention. The increased base damage for certain elemental reactions. Based on continued observations of different elemental reactions in combat, adjustments will be made to allow wider variety of characters and lineups to shine. Starting from 5.2, the base damage of overloaded superconduct, electrocharge, and shatter reaction. Oh, shatter? We're still using shatter in 5.2? Will be increased. The adjustments have already been implemented for version 5.2. Huh, okay, so anything to do with electro and cryo claymore specifically. So Chongyun gets a boost, Fremi gets a boost. We take those. I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the base damage for electro specifically because of Ororon. They did it for Ororon 100%. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, hey, that means Sino gets a boost, you know? I'll take that. Sino gets a boost, A gets a boost, like, this is a win. You run Sino on Aggravate, now you run Sino on Overload. I don't know. I guess it's to also help specifically team comps in IT, because it's not like you can choose to always run something with Dendro, you know? So they have to beef up some of the elemental reactions. People can do Nuvi Taser. Oh, Nuvi Taser is going to be so good. More good, exactly. Make Nuvi stronger. As it should be. Oh yeah, I forgot about Eula. That's crazy. What is Shatter? Shatter is when you take, you have freeze and then you take a claymore and then break it. Or like use Geo to break it. Maybe Sitlali Shatter support. Oh, wait. If they actually implement that, that'd be so interesting. But that would be so niche. That one Chongyun. Listen, let my Fremi and Chongyun mains rise, okay? They deserve this. Yeah, I really appreciate that they're buffing Shatter. I think it's an elemental reaction, technically, and you're breaking ice. It's a type of combat that I don't see used very frequently, and that's why Eula and Chongyun and Fremi kind of get shoved in the waste bin for that, because like their main damage will come from physical or shatter reactions. So if that makes my Fremi stronger, I'll take that. I don't know. This live stream was okay. It was okay. There wasn't anything too drastic that's happening. I am surprised about that we're actually getting more Natlan story, which honestly, getting some time to like chill in some of the other tribes before we go on to this big adventure, I'm actually pretty happy about that. But the only thing is like, I wonder what's going on with the Collective of Plenty because we're not getting it in this patch, you know? I wonder if the main conflict in Act 6, Jesus, because we're getting an Act 6, will be in the Collective of Plenty itself. I'm assuming that they're gonna take a look at the effects of Act 4 within Chasca and Ororon's regions, and then Collective of Plenty will have stuff to deal with in Act 6, or like something happens there next patch if they're going to release that section later on, you know? I don't know. This patch is okay. I'm not as hype, I think, as I was the longer we get into Natlan, I feel like, because like Act 4 wrapped up so neatly that I'm kind of just like, what else can we expect? You know? I'm expecting this patch to be a little bit slower. Just a smidge, you know? I think they're preparing for Act 6 and also the Lantern Rite this year. So this patch might be a little bit slow.